What is up, guys? It's your boy Father SUPLEX here, and I'm not even gonna get into an intro. I want to get this review over with because I'm just so mad. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, so, you know what I mean? All right, I'm gonna try to keep it together though. Look, Smackdown debut on Fox. Okay. Great. Overall, great. Great stuff. The Rock comes back. You know, he does his whole spiel. You know, about millions. You know, finally has come back. Da 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 da. Good stuff. Then you got Becky Lynch. She's in there with Becky Lynch. She's in there with Baron Corbin. They have a good segment, right? Brock sort of puts over Corbin. You know, he does his whole thing, but he put him over essentially, and puts over Becky Lynch too. So good stuff. Good women's tag match, right? Four horsewomen: Sasha and Bailey versus Charlotte and Becky. Good match. They get all their crap in, right? Charlotte does her moonsault. By the way, she hit Sasha with an elbow right to the nose. Like, Sasha was bleeding, so I don't know if that's gonna have any effect on Sunday, but yeah, that's just something to note. But overall, good match. They did some good stuff. It's cool. Then after that, right, and you know, I'm getting through this pretty quickly because there's a main point where we really need to get to, and the end of the show is that main point. But after that, we get a match that's like not even advertised. We just all of a sudden it cuts to Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura, right? And I was like, whoa, that's a big match, right? Like, last year they had an insane match, right? Champion versus champion, by the way. And it's like, so yeah. So we see Seth Rollins walking, and they're saying that's next, right? And then right before that happens, they have an interview with the New Day, with Erin Andrews, who's the Fox NFL reporter. She does football. So wrestling's clearly not her forte. But, you know, she did a pretty good job. She did mess up. She said Kofi was challenging when Kofi was the champion. So that didn't make any sense. But regardless of all that, solid, right? Nothing to complain about. The show is pretty good at this point. Even, like, with the unadvertised champ versus champ match. Like, it's still a surprise. It's a pleasant surprise, you know? So, alright. You got Rollins and Nakamura. Solid match. You know, they had nice sequences, nice little exchanges. And then the Fiend comes in. You see the whole Fiend type of thing. The same thing that they've been doing the past couple weeks. Lights shut down. Fiend comes out. This time it was on top of the stage, though. And then he throws Rollins off the stage. Like you couldn't really see. Like you could tell Rollins was thrown off, but you couldn't really see like how he landed or anything. So yeah. But yes, like, so the way I'm talking to you, like, everything's been good, right? And the whole time, you know, they had the pyro going off. They had like a good, like, the new cameras are really good. They got this nice presentation where, you know, the stage, by the way, the set was amazing. Let me see, I'm gonna put a picture up right here. Right, this set was crazy amazing, right? And, you know, they had this angle where essentially you're looking at it from like the corner, right? So, like, similar to how this is, like, you're looking at it from the corner and when they come out instead of straight on all the time. So that's a nice little fresh change up. But besides all that, no, that's not a but. Like, I shouldn't have said but there, but you know, like, it's all good, right? Nothing to complain about. So move on with the show, right? They have Rollins, Nakamura. Oh, I did that. The Fiend attacks Rollins. Next up, we get another, or before that, next up, we got Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens got a jobber entrance here, which was weird, I thought, but that also happened, like, a lot throughout the show. There's a lot of jobber entrances, which was, I find that awkward, but, yeah, that happened. And so we get this ladder match between Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens. Everyone was saying, oh, CM Punk might return because, you know, best in the world, Shane McMahon, blah, yada yada, right? But that didn't happen. Clearly. sorry to burst your bubble if you were hoping for that, but yeah, that didn't happen. And but that's not like a bad thing, right? So we ended up getting a solid, it was like what, 10-15 minute match, 15-minute ladder match, which is fine. It's a TV ladder match, so like I wasn't expecting crazy stuff because you have commercial breaks, so it wasn't like they didn't have the chance to build something crazy. You know what I mean? But it was real good. Nothing to complain about. Everything was entertaining, satisfactory. It felt big. It felt like a big deal, right? Like I said before, all the new cameras, the presentation was so fresh, and I'm just like, I'm enjoying the show at this point. At this point, it's 9, or it's like near 9 o'clock, right? And so the ladder match is happening. There was some good spots. Shane did his table spot. Kevin Owens hit a frog splash through a ladder, right? And that was, some great spots. And then the crowd's going crazy, right? The crowd is eating it up. The one thing I should mention, the entire show, the crowd was really hot. Like they were invested. So at the end of this match, the finish was Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, he gets Shane McMahon from the ladder, power bombs him into another ladder that was set up in the corner, and right after that, Kevin Owens climbs the ladder, grabs a briefcase, wins. Shane McMahon is fired, gone, finally. No complaints there. Definitely no complaints. So yeah, so good stuff at this point, right? Everything's been booked pretty well too. Good matches. Everything's like everything's going how it should. And it's not like how they're gonna make it a Legends thing, 20th anniversary. We're gonna bring back all these. No, like the only thing that was like actually legend involved was The Rock. All the other legends, they were in the crowd. They're nothing. If anything, I heard all of the involvement happened in the commercial breaks, or it's gonna happen like in a dark match segment after the show. So yeah, like nothing. It's not taking away the TV time, which is really important, right? So I'm done with that, right? Anyway, I gotta take a moment to pause and breathe. So 9 o'clock hour, right? You move on to another unadvertised match, but I didn't really have a problem. Really, it's there's also the only real thing that was bad about the show overall was that they packed a lot of stuff into a short amount of time. So sometimes things got real rushed, and this was like a big example of that, right? They just have this unadvertised big 8-man tag match, which features hella champs. It features the U.S. champ and the tag team champs from Raw, and Randy Orton. So like AJ Styles, Rude, Ziggler, and Orton. That's a big team. That's a main event match, So AJ, Orton, Rude, and Ziggler versus Braun, The Miz, and Heavy Machinery, right? So that's a big match, That's a marquee match. You usually would, advertise that. They didn't. They just popped it up. And by that time, you come back from the commercial break, Braun's coming to the ring, like, yo, what's Braun doing? And all of a sudden, you just see all those 7 guys, like, in the ring, and it's just like, all right. But yeah, this match was cool too. Nothing really memorable. It was literally like a 2-minute match. They just did how all 8-man tag matches end. They do all their finishers or all like significant moves, and all of a sudden, at one point, right? This is what the real talking point is, right? So, Braun Strowman, he does his barricade thing, right? He bull rushes through everyone. He goes through everyone, right? Then he stops in the front row, and guess who's sitting there? Tyson Fury. If you don't know who Tyson Fury is the current world heavyweight boxing champion, lineal boxing champion. I don't know what that even means, but he's a really popular fighter, right? And of course, Fox and their boxing, they've got that contract with what is it, Top Rank or PBC, one or the other, right? But he's a big deal, right? He's a big deal, especially in the combat sports world, right? So Braun Strowman, he throws Dolph Ziggler into Tyson Fury, And Tyson Fury's like, whoa, 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 bro, what you doing, right? So he stands up. Braun wins the match, and after that, Tyson Fury jumps the barricade, and security, like there's like 20 security, they just bull rushed Tyson Fury. So they have that little confrontation. They're like, yo, and everyone's like, let him fight, right? And then Tyson Fury's like, yo, I'm about to get you, like, and then all these security in front of him. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. Like I don't have a problem when you like do celebrity fights. You know, I don't care. Like I find that entertaining. But yeah. So that's the gist, right? Those are the big things that happened mostly. Okay, those are really good. This is really good. And then the show starts to go downhill. Right at this point, it's 9:15. After this Fury and Braun segment, right? It's 9:15. So let me just recap the first hour and 15 minutes, so you sort of get the gist, right? The good stuff. So The Rock comes back, right? Oh, let me not forget. Becky Lynch started the show, right? So Becky Lynch starts the show. Baron Corbin came out, and then that's when The Rock came in. So yeah, The Rock comes back. Great stuff. He does a great segment. He and Becky do a double beat down on Baron Corbin. It was all good. It's all good. Like you could probably miss. Like you catch that on YouTube. You know, you catch this on YouTube. But that's basically the gist of it. And then, what was that? The women's match. Good stuff, right? Good. You know, that's what happened. That's a good thing that happened. It's all flowing good, right? After that interview was a little, but you know, it was still pretty good. Hyped it up for the championship match, which we'll get to. After that, I just stop saying after that. I feel like that's getting repetitive, but you know, next we had that Seth Rollins, Nakamura, and you know the Fiend thing. The crowd popped heavy for the Fiend. You know, it was all good. It's all good, right? Following, we had this ladder match, Shane and Kevin. Great stuff, right? It's absolutely good. Like everything is going the way it's going. It should be going. All right, there's nothing to complain about. The Rock came. He did what he had to do. He put over people. You know, the women showed out. Everything's running how it should. Everything feels big. We go to Fury and Braun. They had that little thing. Nice little thing, right? Nice little mainstream celebrity, you know, thing. And then Fox, involvement with Fox. You know what I mean? Everything's all Gucci. Then, so 9:15, we come back from commercial break at about 9:19. So Roman Reigns makes his entrance. All right. Daniel Bryan, first they show Daniel Bryan on commentary, right? Then Roman Reigns makes his entrance, nice little entrance on that beautiful set as I showed before. Gets his pyro, gets all this, you know, he gets a good entrance. Then Eric Rowan makes his entrance, right? Can you hear that? I had a little burp, but who cares? Eric Rowan makes his entrance, right? So they have their match, which happens to be a lumberjack match. Sorry for not saying that. So they have a lumberjack match, right? You see all these superstars around the ring, and the match was like filler. To be real, it was like even though we're only one episode into like Smackdown on Fox, this episode felt like a new era. And this match between Eric Rowan and Roman Reigns, that felt like, you know, filler Raw type crap, or just like your average match before this partnership. Alright, and it dragged. It was your typical lumberjack match. Roman Reigns gets thrown outside. Oh, they start beating up on him, throw him back in. Same thing with Rowan. Rowan starts to fight at people because he's a heel, and you know, etc. Right? So, essentially, I keep using that word. I'm sorry, but after a while, right? After a commercial break, it's like 9:30ish at this point, right? So it's about 10 minutes of action, and the match starts to break down a little bit, as per usual with lumberjack matches. So at one point, Eric Rowan and Roman Reigns are like both down. Something happened. I don't even remember, but I want to say Eric Rowan got either hit with something or like he was thrown outside. But anyway, Luke Harper comes down to the ring, and all of a sudden the Lumberjacks are coming at Luke Harper. They're starting to beat him, right? Or not? No, Luke Harper's starting to beat them. Right? Luke Harper's running through them, hit him with a big boot, hit him with all this stuff, going berserk on him. All right, and then Daniel Bryan comes in, tries to get his stuff in. He gets more offense than all the other guys, but not quite enough. So he what's his name? So Daniel Bryan gets just pushed to the side. Luke Harper's going through everyone, and Eric Rowan is down still, right? But as per usual lumberjack matches, there's a lot of chaos. So they do the whole, they get all into one little thing in front of the ring, right? You know what I'm talking about. Outside the ring, they're all fighting. Now it's like a whole big brawl with Harper in the middle of it. And then Roman Reigns, he does a big suicide dive over the top rope, knocks everyone out. But Rowan is still, he's now recovering, right? So he comes, picks up Roman Reigns. Well, before that, he picks up Ali and throws Ali into Roman Reigns. Then he throws Roman Reigns into the ring. And the match just started to break down, right? So he throws Roman Reigns into the ring, gets Luke Harper he picks up Luke Harper, Luke Harper comes into the ring. They start double teaming. And Daniel Bryan does his thing, so he saves them. Daniel Bryan hits Luke Harper with the knee, and then Roman Reigns hits Rowan with a spear. And that's 1, 2, 3. That's all I had to that's all it was. So this match as a whole was just really standard, like average. And it's like not necessarily completely awful, but like this is not what you put on your debut. Roman versus Roman. I would have rather seen Roman versus Luke Harper singles match. Sorry for the noise outside. It's Friday night. People wilding. But yeah, you want to like have something bigger than Eric Rowan versus Roman Reigns. Like Luke, I would have had Roman Reigns versus Luke Harper. Something better than that whatever that was. But all right, so like it still doesn't bring down the whole overall feel of the show, right? Because every good show, even takeovers, they have one match where it's not as good because you need a breather, you need a buffer. You can't peak, you can't peak and expect to peak again without getting a little bit of rest, right? A little breather. So this was a breather. It was a long breather, but this is a breather. So this whole segment ends around 9:45-ish. And they go to commercial. Brock, then come back from commercial. It's around 9:48, 9:49. Brock and Kofi come out. Right, so we're getting hyped for the championship match. It's all real. And right before this, Heyman had cut a promo hyping up the match. This is a prediction, this isn't a prediction, it's a spoiler. The whole thing. So we get to the match. It's 9:51. The match starts. The bell rings. Okay, we all hype. We're like, yo, maybe Kofi might get, like, me personally, I'm like, yo, Kofi might get squashed, but like we got a solid 10 minutes here, you know what I'm saying? So I'm here like, well, even if he might have a chance. And even if he does get squashed, he's not gonna look stupid. Like he's not gonna look like a pipsqueak. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get something in. He's gonna get a Trouble in Paradise in. You know what I mean? I expected at least a Trouble in Paradise and maybe a SOS or a boom drop, something. And that is not what happened. You could literally put the whole match into a GIF, whatever you want to call it. And actually, the WWE on Fox Twitter account literally put the entire match on their Twitter and it was a 10-second clip because exactly. You're telling me Kofi Kingston, WWE champ, he was like one of the best winning percentages of a title reign ever, like in that span, and you have him lose to Brock Lesnar in 10 seconds, probably less than 10 seconds, but like 10 seconds. Not to mention, this reign is one of the most culturally important because hello, there's never been a black champ before, so, and you have a big black demographic, let's be real, you know, and I'm not trying to point out any, like, don't mistake me for like, oh, it's all about race. No, it's not the fact. It didn't matter if Brock Lesnar won the title. I was not gonna be mad if Brock won the title. It's not the fact that he won the title, it's the fact how he won the title. Kofi should not have been squashed. Imagine if you're a first-time viewer. You're watching WWE on Fox. You're like, oh, I ain't watching John in a minute, yo. Yo, it's been like at least 5 years. Oh, let me see. Oh, yo, Kofi Kingston. Yo, back, he used to be pretty alright, though. I see, like, he glowed up. All of a sudden, you see Kofi Kingston, Brock Lesnar, you thinking, alright, let's see what Kofi got. And then, you literally blink your eyes, and it's 1, 2, 3. You're like, oh, bro, that boy Kofi is weak. He trash. Like, no, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could have made him look stronger. Anyway, we're reaching over 20 minutes now. I want to get this done under 30. So, I'm at the end. I don't know. I'm sorry for the break in review, but yeah. So you see, you imagine being one of the first people, like one of a first time watcher or someone who's come back for a hiatus of watching, right? And then you see Kofi Kingston on your screen. And you automatically gonna think next week like, oh yeah, this guy not even that good, you know. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth, for real. I really don't like it. Like that was one of the worst decisions of this year. This is the same Kofi Kingston, right, who beat Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles in that gauntlet. He beat like this year, he went through a lot of people on the roster. A lot of the big names, right? Who else did he beat? I feel like I'm missing someone. Who did he face? No, he faced Orton at SummerSlam, right? If I'm not wrong, he faced Orton at SummerSlam. So yeah, he did. And who else did he? I don't know, but no, I'm pretty sure that's everyone. Like, I feel like, yeah, because it makes sense that that's everyone. But I thought there was more for whatever reason. But so he went through some of the top guys, right? Samoa Joe, and even though everyone's like, oh, Samoa Joe, okay, fine. Randy Orton, big name, went through him. Daniel Bryan, big name, went through him. AJ Styles beat him. He wasn't even champion, and he beat AJ Styles. Right there. Kevin Owens, that's who I'm forgetting. He beat Kevin Owens. You know, he's beating some top dudes, you know, from Nakamura to the likes of Sami Zayn. Well, I mean, not Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's not, you know, anything too special nowadays, but, like, yeah, he beat some good competition. Not only that did he beat good competition, he beat credible guys, and he had like a consistent, like it was, you know, when you saw him, he was a champ. He was booked like one of the best in the world. You know, he was booked like a 95 overall, if you know what I mean. He was, it's, you know, like when you got let's say a good basketball team or a football team, like, you know when they're gonna win. You have the feeling, oh yeah, they always got a chance to win. You know they always got a good chance to win. That's what he was booked like. He wasn't booked like an underdog. And you know, the weird thing is, they did book him like an underdog tonight, which I guess is reasonable. It is still Brock Lesnar. But, you know, throughout his reign, he was booked like the top guy. Like, it was not a fluke, right? All right, from once he beat Kevin Owens, he was straight ahead, that top guy. Like, he was there. You know, he was legit. essentially, is what I'm trying to say. My voice is raspy. I'm gonna get some water after this, but let me wrap it up for you, okay? So tonight, Kofi Kingston did not get one iota of offense in. He literally came out to just jump on Brock Lesnar's shoulder, take the F5, 1, 2, 3. That's it. I hated that. It was the worst decision this year. There's been some bad decisions this year, but I think that was one of the worst, for sure. Like, one of the best championship wins ever of all time, right? That reaction at Mania, insane. Go check out my reaction. It's on my channel. Make sure you go check that out. But insane, right? One of the best of all time. You can't even. There's no cap. Like, you can't cap. That was one of the best WrestleMania wins of all time. Up there with one of the best. Up there with Daniel Bryan, but one of the best WWE Championship wins of all time. Also up there with like Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels, etc. So you're gonna tell me this is the same guy who not only beat all these guys, he was credible, he was known as legit, he won literally almost all the time. He took like 5 losses in his, and not like singles losses, but like 5 falls in his reign. And then keep saying and then I apologize. But and then not only that, this is the same guy that beat people who was in the ring with Brock Lesnar and lasted more than 10 seconds. This is the same guy who beat Randy Orton. He beat Samoa Joe, who lasted what? It was like, that match was like 7-8 minutes at Great Balls of Fire 2 years ago. He beat Samoa Joe, the same guy who lasted 7 minutes plus with Brock Lesnar. He beat Daniel Bryan, the same guy who lasted like what? That match was like 14 minutes plus, almost 20 minutes plus with Brock Lesnar. Same guy who beat Randy Orton, who was in the ring for 10 minutes plus with Brock Lesnar, right? So why, I don't understand why he didn't get at least 5 minutes, at least. Maybe it was a timing issue, okay, but what followed after, that didn't even need to happen. And I'm not mad at the fact that it did happen. I just think that the timing was off, dude. Okay. So after Kofi gets squashed, right, we see Brock Lesnar, he's celebrating. All of a sudden, Rey Mysterio's music hits. And I'm like, oh, what's Rey Mysterio gonna do? He comes up to the top of the ramp in a cast. And I'm like, bro, what are you gonna do? Who you got with you? So at this point, I'm thinking, oh, I guess maybe CM Punk, maybe, but And the last person I would expect to even be next to Rey Mysterio is there. And maybe not the last person, but like, he's definitely someone you wouldn't expect. Cain Velasquez. Yes, Cain Velasquez, who, if you don't know who Cain Velasquez is, MMA fighter, former UFC heavyweight champion, just like Brock Lesnar. One of the few people to beat Brock Lesnar, I believe, in his UFC run, along with Frank Mir, I think, and that's it. Or no, I think Alistair Overeem did too as well, but regardless, one of the few people to legit beat Brock Lesnar, right? And Brock Lesnar was a beast at that time. Like, he was a beast. So Cain Velasquez legitimately is like Brock Lesnar's kryptonite, legit. So cool. I understand that, right? The timing was off. You couldn't wait till next week. You couldn't wait till whatever, like you couldn't do that, because I would have been fine going to I guess next week's the draft, but going off the air without seeing Cain Velasquez. You couldn't wait until after the draft, 2 weeks from now, whatever, after, like, you had, like, if Cain Velasquez wasn't there, I don't think it would have changed that much, like, in terms of rating or anticipation for next week, right? Sorry, I'm gonna go over a little 30 minutes here. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm just that Cain Velasquez is like, I'm not mad at it because it makes sense. It all makes sense. It's all logical. It is all logical. Cain Velasquez legit can beat Brock Lesnar. He literally put Brock Lesnar to sleep. Go search it up. It like legit beat Brock. And as you saw it here, right? So Cain Velasquez top of the ramp, and like some people are like, oh, but like the other crowd's just like, who the hell is this? Who the hell are you, right? I keep it PG here, but you know that Conor McGregor, like, you, bro? Like, who are you, bro? And I'm just there like, well, like, yeah, I still got a bad taste with what happened with Kofi, so I don't know. I'm just there sitting, looking at my screen like what am I watching, bro? You know? So Cain Velasquez takes off his shirt, runs down, hits Brock Lesnar with a sick double leg, starts grounding and pounding. Brock Lesnar rolls out the ring, does a little, oh, I'm gonna get you back. Never mind. You know, a little thing. Michael Cole's hyping him up like, yo, that's Cain Velasquez. Cain Velasquez, he's the only person to beat Brock Lesnar or whatever, like all that jazz. And it's just like, it's deflating, That's how I feel. I got a lot of sighs right now. Like, really? And the show is going so well. Right? And the show overall is still really good. You cannot say the show is not good. Literally everything from 8 to 9:15 was as the way it should have been. Right? There was nothing else you could have done. Honestly, maybe like the very little things which do matter, but like besides all that, it was clean. It was all good. Then we get the little breather. Like, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Everything's chilling at that point, right? It's still a good show. It's still satisfactory. It's still exciting, entertaining at voice crack, but entertaining, Then you get this main event you were hyping for at least 4 weeks. You were hyping this thing, all right? Ends in 10 seconds. Oh, Lord. I would have taken at least, bro, if we knew the choice was 10 seconds or 100 seconds, just give me the 100 seconds. Because Kofi would have at least got some offense. Some offense, man. Really, though, that's just disrespectful. Disrespectful. That's what it is. Disrespectful. This guy. This is a guy who not only had one of the best babyface runs of the decade. Literally, there's only 2 babyface runs that top that one. And that's CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. No one else had a better babyface run than Kofi Kingston this decade, besides those 2. And then you just have it end like that. This guy was... And I like, I don't want to make it all about how political or whatever it is, but it's true. This guy, for people like me, he makes people like me want to wrestle, right? Like, if he's successful and he looked like me, I mean, yeah, I definitely can be successful. Because we never had a dark-skinned, fully black champ, WWE champ. So I just wish it didn't end that way. That's really that's what my gripe is. That's my main gripe. But besides all that, Smackdown on Fox debut ends with Cain Velasquez and Brock Lesnar. What would you think if I was gonna tell you that? Like yo, yeah, bro, it's crazy. They Cain Velasquez. You're gonna be like, either you're gonna be like, who? And like, or what? Like, you're gonna this, and not like what? No way. Like, huh? Like, what are you talking about, man? What? If you know combat sports, like, bro, what? You crazy? Right? You're like, who? Like, who's that? it's not. I'm gonna say it's a shame, man. I don't like that, man. I don't know who wrote that up. If Vince wrote that up, we know who wrote it up. Nah, I'm not messing with it. No. But anyway, this was a solid 35-minute rant. Dude, this was this felt like it blasted by quick. Like I thought, but there's my computer. I thought this was gonna be quick. So I'm gonna wrap it up because I wanna watch some anime, but I also want to make some more videos, which would be dope. I want to try to make some K-pop videos. So, and Friday Night Smackdown on Fox. Overall, though, good grade. Like, I'll give it a good grade. Maybe not an A now, not even an A minus, B plus, like a solid 86. A solid 86 out of 100. A solid 86, 87. No more than a 90. Like, if you're gonna, like, no. Yeah, okay, no more than a 90, because, But, definitely, at least, it's at least a B. At least a solid B. So, I'll give it a B plus. Yeah. Let me know what you guys thought about it. I thought it was great. Again, nice presentation. Everything felt big. Everything felt official. They had a blue carpet. They had a pre-show, right? They had Michael Strahan up in there, Aaron Andrews up in there, a lot of Fox like host Matt Leinart, famous college QB Rob Stone, Marshmello was backstage, Tyson Fury, as I said before. A lot of good, legends was there, Angle and Foley, etc. Trish and Lita. Everything was good. Oh, I totally forgot. They had a 2-man commentary team tonight. Amazing. It sounded so crisp. So I'm glad they had that. They took Renee off, which no offense, but that was the right move. And yeah. That being said, thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy Father Suplex. Make sure you come back for the next video. That's not what I usually say, but yeah, make sure you come back for the next video. I don't know. This loss got me. This Kofi loss got me acting different. But yes, thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy Father Suplex. Make sure you come back, dude. Oh, okay, now I got you. Thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy Father Suplex. Make sure you hit that like button with the German suplex, and make sure you hit that sub with the belly to belly. We're on the way to 500. You know what it is. Thanks for watching, and we out. Chathams on. Foolies glad I'm home. Even my haters kinda glad I'm home.